All right, what is today? Happy Wednesday. Happy April Fools. April 1st of 2026. Officially, I believe the second quarter of 2026. Um, anyways, on a small count, crazy enough, we got the account balance back up to 611 just after trading. And really, after my first three trades from last Friday, I basically blew that count, which was like 852, I believe. Um, at its highest, right? So this is technically the third week of trading um, of this account. Last week did really good. The week before that did really good. Um, but after last Friday, man, that count it went from 852 down to $62, right? 62 and some change. I don't remember that exactly, but I couldn't really digest that. Of course, last Friday I did overtrade. I got it back from 62 to I think it was 200 something, and I was like, okay. Monday came back of this week, made some change. I think we got from 200 to 300. Just a $90 something trade. Okay. Yesterday, it was from 312 to $513. Okay, that's really good. And then today, really could have been a big day, honestly. Just like yesterday. Yesterday we made $208 in profit. However, today, I really just first of all, I was really late, but I had two signals. I just on this account I could only take the second one. And today was fast. Today was a fast day, right? Pre-market seems like we had minimal time to react. It just kind of happened right away. You either got in you or you didn't. Obviously, on my work account, I did get I chased the first trade, and even then, I literally it was a 3 minute trade, the first one. And just hopping onto the charts, we can just talk about it because might as well, right? So if we just rewind it, obviously you can see my what was the market opening. We can see it right here. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Um, you can see it. Let me just turn this on. You can see it that we came up, came down, came up, came down, came up. We did come down, and then ideally I wanted to see it kind of retested for the fourth time before we pushed up. But it already started pushing up, and then I'm like, at that point, I don't want to see it. And let me just delete that. At that point, I was like, I just don't want to see it basically get pre-market. I just didn't want to see it break this mark. I was like, if we're gonna break that mark, we have no choice just to jump in, right? So she literally started pushing back. I got in. I think I might have gotten like 3 or 4 points in drawdown just because of the spread. And next thing you know, she immediately pushed up. And I mean, it was, you can probably do the math here, but over here it says that what? We almost 100, just 95 points of a difference, right? I mean, 95 points in pre market that we moved up. So, um, actually, it's a little bit more. But, anyways, um, where my white line is, just around that is where I entered to buy. I chased it because, again, if we break that, there's no chance that we're coming back down here. This is why you have to read candles. You have to read market structure. If you cannot read market structure, you're kind of doomed, right? In trading, in just investments, it doesn't matter what charts. If you even look at real estate, and if you don't look at the supply and the demand, if you can't read that, then you're kind of fucked up, right? You don't really know if you're buying a mortgage, a property at a high price, at a low price, equilibrium. You don't know. Maybe if the supply is a lot, demand is low, you're bound to get a good price. However, if the demand is high and the supply is low, you're literally paying top dollar, right? Um, but a lot of people are like trading and real estate have no correlation. It actually does. It actually does. And regardless of what strategy you trade, there's actually three strategies that Wall Street, that Federal Reserves, that investment pension companies use that you can technically use it, or at least that those type of critical lenses can also take you long ways in real estate investing as well. Anyways, I got in for a buy. I just kind of rode this till we were getting above here or getting above this. Funny enough, I did catch, I think it was like 82 points to be exact. My work account, and I mean, at that point, when we're pushing this, we were actually holding below this double body for so long. Um, and in the few seconds, just before NY opening, we had a nice push up there, and I was like, she's not gonna retrace. If she could even come back down to 516, 453, I would love to take a buy on my small count as well because I was just so ready just to see it either break that, but I was like, if she's not gonna break it, and there's a good chance that she could hold resistance here because of wick, go over to the left, wick, right? Yes, it didn't exactly touch it, but basically you could see the same thing that um, every time we came down, we were holding, came back up, came down, we were holding, push up, came down, pushed down, just flushed, right? So we were holding resistance, we were holding resistance here, we were holding resistance there. Support actually, support, and then resistance, 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 and then obviously these two wicks, this green wick and this red wick, made me kind of think like, it's just gonna come back. She's crawling her way. It's making a U just to kind of tick this, and then we're just gonna flush, right? Flush. Actually, I should have drawn a little bit below that last blue line because I exactly wanted to see it get somewhere in this zone, right? Just to fill this gap, maybe this gap actually, but not the case. Actually, it should now. Maybe we could see it tomorrow. But realistically, what happened with US30 is that you could see it. I mean, I just want to rewind it just so it's kind of easy for you to see it. But um, she literally did that. She actually wicked it so clean, so perfectly. You just can't make that up. She wicked it so perfectly, so clean. I literally took a sell on my small count and I got it right there, right? That was actually a sell that I love to take on my small count because this one had never got in a drawdown. In fact, she did go down $50. Then she kind of did retrace a little bit. I was still in profit. I think $17, $19 in profit. But then I was being a little bit stubborn, and that's immediately when we just started tanking it. At one point, I was up $117 on this account, but then I just adjusted my stop loss. I mean, I really wanted to see this thing just tank, right? What did I do? I really wanted to see this thing just tank. So funny enough, that's basically what had happened yesterday, Tuesday. That's basically what happened. This candle right here came up, holding over here just to flush, right? Didn't really make lower lows. We're kind of playing in that range. Very much expected it to break out of the range, but instead, what happened yesterday on US30 happened today. It kind of seems like whatever happened on Monday, well, it honestly, to some extent, repeated itself too. Again, playing in this range, right? So when you understand that type of trading, when you understand and when you keep those type of things in your mind, when you kind of keep this frames, right, the mental frames in your mindset and in your head, you can understand what to expect the next day forward and what to expect for the remainder of the week. So if we've played in ranges for the 3 days, 3 out of 5 days of this week, was very likely for tomorrow. Right now, Friday, kind of want to see something different. But anyways, also trading on the first day of the month and the first day of the semester means really one thing. In both cases, trading on the first day of the month just means insane volume. So, um, it was a great trade, great reversal. I kind of funny enough, I thought she would immediately just keep ripping and keep dropping, but instead she basically tapped what I was hoping to get as an entry pre-market, and she went back up. I was literally thinking because I saw that happening while I was still in my charts, but I just couldn't believe that she was holding support and that she was going back up. Um, Honestly, didn't really keep in mind too much that we're playing in a range. Today was just a repeat of the past 2 days. So you see, this is why it's so important. When you understand that, you give yourself a huge advantage the next trading day. So I didn't keep that in mind. Sure, just 97.60 in profit. I mean, now this account is back to almost at its high peak again. I mean, we could see just what happens tomorrow on Friday if there's no trade for tomorrow or Friday. Honestly, I'm very well. I'm very content. Just because still I'm new to US30, so I'm only taking calculated. Well, I'm trying my best to take calculated risk. We always know how that goes. Not really the best. That's where I break my rules. I have to be brutally honest on that part. But I mean, guys, this was I literally closed out. So I took this trade. I jumped in for a sell 6:31.7, right? 7 seconds. 6:31.7. AM PST. I got out. I know you guys can't see it, but this is my second attempt at this video, and the first one, I was looking at my trade, the screenshot on the app, and I was like, man, it said I closed out at 6:31.51. So that means this trade I made $98, 97.60 in just 44 seconds. So that's 44 seconds made somebody basically $100, right? So when you think about it from that type of perspective, you can honestly just genuinely think and be optimistic that you can make a few hundreds, you can make 500, you can make 600, you can make 900, you can make a few thousand, you can make your rent money in 40 seconds, maybe even less. Sometimes it's even a lot faster, and sometimes it's like a minute and a half, right? So knowledge is key. This is why, and this is how knowledge is key. If you want to learn from me, I mean, my YouTube is great content, great videos all across my channel. However, Nas, on the other hand, she was kind of a bust. So these two have actually been following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Nas and US30 both have been having the same setups. What's kind of weird about this one is that ideally, I saw this as a perfect support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and I wanted to see it basically drop back down here for a final push up. So while my bias was right, I would have still had no trade because it never even came close to my entry, right? And there's no way I would have chased this because the market structure literally made me think that we should be coming down at least close to this wick over here at 215. Right, so no trade on Nas. Can't even fake it. Can't even bullshit you. Just no trade. Took 2 trades on US30. One which you saw on that screenshot. The other one was a buy. Honestly, I think I should have just held that for a much bigger profit. Had I held it till I literally closed out after 3 minutes. As soon as I realized we're $82 in profit, I mean, I just had a really yuck feeling driving to work, and as soon as I opened the charts there, I was like, no, I'm just not feeling it. But in my company, I have to trade no matter what, right? Because everything, and I'm just keeping this short, everything happens for a reason. So, believe it, don't believe it. I know it's hard for many people to digest that, but especially in the markets, everything happens for a reason. Everything. So, I mean, like, just taking a look, that's support right there. that was resistance, right? So, look, this is support right here. More like right there, right? Probably like right there, to be honest. So you see, this is why I like to just make my charts like that and zoom out a little bit. Shows you everything. But anyways, I think yesterday I was 13-15. Today I took 2 trades. So that technically makes me currently in the week took 17 trades. I'm 15 out of 17. Really should be 16 out of 17 because one trade, the trade yesterday, if I made a recap, I was really close to basically giving away all my profits, and I would have literally closed out with just $20-30 in profit, but I held it. Kind of decided to risk it. I mean, not really. I was still $50 up, but at one point I was like, I'm willing to just be $20-30 in profit if she keeps dropping. I was in a buy position, and luckily she went up, right? So I'm talking about talking about this trade right here. This one right here, I got in right there, and we were holding support right there. So she came back down. She came down to that wick. Ideally, I thought we could be holding support right here, right here. So that's where I got in. She did give me some light in that trade, and then she just immediately started tanking. And this one, man, I know it doesn't really look much, but that's like almost a 40-point drop. So yeah. So as always, peace, love, and cheers. Hopefully these type of videos. This is just my third day in a row trading US30, right? So when you kind of see somebody who really makes a huge living out of trading, and then when you see him trading something brand new, please respectfully and humbly, this is a huge learning curve for me to overcome as well, even though I've been trading for nearly 9.5 years. But I still have a huge advantage in my back pocket. And that's not just because of experience, but it's because my head is so geared to getting me ahead of the race. It's so geared towards giving me whatever advantage I can really get, right, to benefit me. So peace, love, and cheers. Thank you. Please like, please sub to the channel. Please drop a comment what you think helps you, what you liked about this video, or maybe constructive criticism. I would appreciate it as well. Thank you.